In this video, we're going to talk about how to use strings and for loops. But before we get into the for loops, let's just look at this little example here. So I have a word, pizza, of course, and I have a bunch of alert statements. Well, what do you think this is going to do? Well, as you know, substring gets me everything starting from position 0 in this case, up to but not including position 1. Now remember, words start at position 0, so 0 up to but not including 1 should get me the first letter. Okay, so alert will give me P. The second alert should give me everything from letter 1, which is of course I, up to but not including everything at position 2. All right, so not including Z, that gets me I, and so forth. And I think you get the idea. If I run this thing, which I'm going to do right now, it gives me every letter of pizza one at a time. Yeah, pretty cool. Now I'm going to do this with a for loop. So now I have added a for loop which does the exact same thing as the alerts above, except the best part is the for loop works on a word of any length. So I'm going, my for loop starts at position 0 up to less than the word dot length. And of course, you know the word dot length in this case would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So X actually goes up to 5, right? Less than the length. Just like I have above here, this last alert ends at 5, all right? And what am I alerting? Well, I'm going to alert word.substring x, comma, x plus 1. So the first time through this for loop, of course, it's going to give me the letter at position 0, x is 0, up to 1. Well, 0 plus 1 is 1. I should say up to, but not including 1. So when I run this, it's going to give me P, right? It's from 0 up to, but not including 1. The next time I go through this for loop, x is going to equal 1. So my alert is going to give me everything from 1 up to, but not including 1 plus 1, which is 2. So that's going to give me letter at position 1, which is an I. Hopefully you can see that this is going to give me the same thing as these 5 lines of code. And actually I'm going to delete them. And you can see that it should work the exact same way. And if I run it, I get P, I, Z, Z, A. Yeah, give this some thought. X, comma, x plus 1. That gives me one letter at a time. And notice I'm going from 0 to less than the length. So the last time through this for loop, x is less than the length. The length is 6, so x is going to be 5. So the last time through, it's going to give me everything from letter 5 up to, but not including letter 6. Of course, letter number 6 is past the end of the word. Think about it. This gives me one letter at a time. We're going to use this a lot. This is how you get one letter at a time of a word of any length. If I don't want pizza anymore, maybe cookies. Yeah, that should work just fine. And if I run it, you can see I get one letter at a time of cookies. All right. Yes, well, this is going to work. Hang in there. We're going to do another example. In this example, I'm going to use my for loop to look for a specific letter in my word. So here I have word cookies, and my letter is O. Okay, so I'm going to look for the letter O. So here is my for loop, which we just talked about. I'm going to go from 0 to less than the length of the word. And if word.substring x plus 1, as you know, this gives me one letter at a time. If this equals the letter that I'm looking for, right, equals is how you compare, then I'm going to alert word.substring x plus 1. So if I run it, not too exciting, it tells me O, right? Because every time it finds an O, it alerts O. Yeah, not too exciting. Well, what if I want to alert every letter that's not a specific letter like O? Well, that's pretty easy. I could just do that. If I run it, I get every letter, C, skip the O's, K, I, E, S. All right. Well, alerts are not very nice, so I'm going to, instead of alerting it, I'm actually going to write it out in my document using my document.getElementById. I'm going to write out answer. So instead of alerting it, every time I find something that's not the letter, I'm going to add that to answer. Answer plus equals, as you know, that's the shortcut way of saying answer equals answer plus something. So I'm going to concatenate one letter at a time. And if I run it now, very exciting. It tells me, yeah, whatever, however you say that, cookies without the O. All right, maybe we'll just look at one more example after this one. So stay with me one more minute. All right, I just added one tiny little thing. You can see that I just added in quotes a BR, which of course is a line break. And I think you can figure out what this is going to do, right? After I add each substring, right, one character at a time to my answer, I'm adding a line break. And if I run this, well, actually, you could see that I already ran it. It tells me all of the letters except for the O's, but it writes it down the page like that. This is going to be a nice hint for the first thing that you need to do on your next assignment. All right, so good luck with it, and thanks as always for watching.